Welcome to part 2 of Plants vs. Zombies Ranked. Night Plants. Once again, there are a few plants we will not be ranking in this part. Of course, we will not be ranking the sunshroom. It's just so different from every other plant in the list. But if I were to rank it against the sunflower, it would probably be in first place right now because that 25 sun price tag is so good. The other plant we won't be ranking today is the Gravebuster. Just like the sunshroom, it's just too dang different. I mean, it doesn't even look like a plant either. Also, I think Grave Gobbler is a much more fitting name, so there's a lot of missed potential there. Alright, let's get started with the ranking. Pulling up the rear in 6th place is the Doomshroom. I'll just say it. The Doomshroom is downright annoying. Everyone knows that it's so much more fun to watch your plants kill stuff rather than exploding them all at once. The Doomshroom is just kind of a major buzzkill. Also, wherever you plant the Doomshroom now has a crater where you can't place any plants until a whole bunch of zombies walk across it. This is a dumb plant. Sure, it's good, but it basically has the same problems as the Cherry Bomb, and it leaves the crater. And get this, the explosion doesn't even get the entire screen. Also, I'm just adding all these other things I hate about it. It's too expensive. You never need this plant, and it's a fun sucker. Last place. In 5th place is the Hypnoshroom. Unlike the previous one, this is one of my favorites to use. It's so fun to see the zombies turn around and start munching on each other. It's especially strong when you get a powerful zombie like the Buckethead or the Football Zombie. However, it's pretty rare that you will be getting a whole bunch of value out of this plant. The only time it's really beneficial to use the Hypnoshroom is during the waves because the zombies are kind of too spread out normally, and your hypnotized zombie might not have anything to attack. And when you use it during waves, it can be pretty difficult to select the zombie that you want, so getting the right one might not happen, which means you spend 75 sun for a rather mediocre consumable. That being said, the Hypnoshroom is really fun to use, and on occasion it can get lots of value. Number 4, and the last night consumable plant, is the Ice Shroom. For 75 sun, the Ice Shroom freezes every zombie on the map. Do you hear that, Doomshroom? Every zombie on the map. Now, I'm not one to use the Ice Shroom all that often, but it's pretty decent value for the price. You get a little bit of damage, zombies are frozen in place for a few seconds, and then they stay slow for a long time afterward. It's pretty hard to argue that this isn't the best consumable night plant. Number 3, by a slim margin, is the Fume Shroom. The most powerful damage-wise night plant is definitely the Fume Shroom. It sends out a wave of bubbles that pierce through multiple zombies and screen doors. The Fume Shroom costs a reasonable 75 sun. The only thing that's really holding this plant back is the range. The Fume Shroom can hit zombies from around 4 tiles away, but you can't really layer too many rows of Fume Shrooms like you can with other plants. The range causes your returns to diminish pretty quickly. For that reason, it's hard to use this plant all on its own. I mean, it looks really cool, but I just can't rate it any higher. In 2nd place is the Scaredy Shroom, my favorite nighttime plant. The Scaredy Shroom is basically a 25 sun pea shooter. Of course, the main drawback of the plant is that if a zombie gets in a couple tiles of it, it'll duck its head down and no longer shoot. But I don't really have much problem with this. Whenever I use the plant, I place it behind my sunshrooms, so the zombies never really get anywhere close. And once you move past this pretty simple weakness, you've got a pretty strong plant that refreshes quickly and is dirt cheap. It definitely deserves this high rank. And number 1, of course it had to be here. The Puff Shroom. It's free. You get a plant that can kill a basic zombie for free. How can I not place this at number 1? Because of this plant, you can do the entire nighttime section of the game without spending any sun. And it wouldn't even be that hard. Also, the refresh time of this plant is great. You can have an entire column before you even see the 3rd zombie. This plant is so good, it's almost broken. No one is saying that it's all that strong, but it doesn't need to be for a price like that. It's easily the best nighttime plant, and might even be the best plant in the entire game. So that's my list. Leave any comments or suggestions below, and stay tuned for part 3. Thanks for watching.